Hi and welcome to Great Getaways. We're up here at Houghton Lake today and we're going to be looking at all the fall color that's up here. And there's a lot of different ways to do it because there's just so much to do in this area. Great place to be right here in the heart of Michigan. We've got a good show coming up. Stay with us.
Fall is a wonderful time of the year. Nature starts preparing for its long winter nap by turning its forest into a multitude of beautiful colors. The air takes on a whole different aroma. The sounds become more clear and distinct with long pauses of silence. All the crowds have gone, people gather in smaller numbers, and the folks that do are not in a hurry because they know this is a short-lived season and they want to soak up every minute of it. Autumn is a time I treasure and look forward to every year. Houghton Lake is located right in the heart of mid-Michigan, close to everywhere. So when you plan your next fall getaway, here's a travel planner that will put the fun in fall. One way to take a short trip to Houghton Lake is jump on a small plane and land at the Roscommon Memorial Airport, a county-owned public-use airport located 5 miles northeast of the central business district of Houghton Lake. It was known as the Roscommon County Airport until 2005, when it was renamed in honor of Terry Blodgett, the airport's manager from 1987 until his death in 2004. And his father, Francis Blodgett, airport manager from 1959 to 1981. Not all of us have access to this type of transportation, but for those of you who do, our host and pilot, Lou Boggs, tells us more.
When you visit Houghton Lake, and most people think, well, you got to jump in your car and drive up here, or maybe you're on a bus tour and you take it that way, but there is another way, and that you can fly in up here too. Lou, exactly. You've got a nice airport up here. Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
It is a really nice airport. We have 2 runways here. We have a paved runway that's 4,000 feet by 75 feet wide. We have a grass strip that runs north and south. That one is 2,200 feet by 100 feet wide.
I asked Lou if we could take a quick air tour of the area and view the incredible colors from the sky. Now, unfortunately, it was a small plane, so there was only room for 2 of us. And before Denny had a chance to object and give me a reason he should go up instead of me, being he was the cameraman and all, I jumped in with Lou and off we went. Don't worry, Denny, I'll take some snapshots for you.
You know, a lot of people will come into the community, they'll fly in. Some people own cabins here and will leave a car here. You can leave a car parked here, fly up to your cabin, take the car and go, or if you want to stay in a motel, there's some taxis that are available. So you could fly to the area, stay for a while, or fly up for lunch. There's a restaurant across there. So a lot of aviators will do that, and it's called a $100 hamburger. You take a nice flight, you go someplace, you have lunch, then you fly back. Kind of an expensive hamburger, but it's a lot of fun and you get to enjoy the aviation part. We've got a mechanic on staff here too that, you know, if you have repair needs or problems with your plane, then that is available also. Eric's a real good mechanic and a great guy, and he runs the airport and really keeps it spruced up real nice. He's really fixed it up since he's got here, so it's really quite nice.
Eric informed us that the airport has a new visitor center with internet access for all the latest weather information, along with a snack shop, and the airport can be a very helpful place for airplane maintenance, local activities, and flight information.
The interesting part about this airport and this area is that we have a lot of people that fly in here that are 2 or second home owners in this area. A lot of people from Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. They own second homes here, and many of them have their own airplanes and fly in weekly, if not monthly, to spend time at their second home here in the area. We offer aircraft maintenance, obviously. That's my business that I own here on the airport. So I do major repairs, major alterations, annual inspections, pre-purchase inspections, and any other kind of maintenance that one might need.
Well, as you can see, this is an airport that specializes in small planes and is a great destination for a day or a weekend.
One option is like I do, if you're into aviation, is join a club. 10 people own this plane, and we just sign the plane out when we want to use it, and we pay for our flight time. So it's a fairly affordable way to get into aviation, and it's a lot of fun. So
I would imagine it's a lot nicer than fighting all the traffic coming up 75 sometimes, huh?
Yeah, there's not too much traffic up there. You know, occasionally you get around the airport, you have to jockey for position, but that's pretty rare. And You know, it's quick too. You figure you can save about half the time in a small plane like this. You know, if it's a 4-hour drive, you can do it in 2 hours or even less if you're in a plane. Not only are you traveling faster, you get to go as a crow fly, so it's a straight line and save some time, and it's an enjoyable experience. So.
Just another nice place to come in. As you're coming in, you can get a bird's eye view of the lake coming in and the whole area, and so it's just makes it nice.
Right, very picturesque. You can see our 3 big lakes, Higgins Lake, Houghton Lake, Lake St. Helen here in Roscommon County, and it's very picturesque, especially this time of year. You can see the colors are starting to really pop, and it's beautiful. And a nice clear day like this, I mean, if you get up high enough, you can see all the way to Lake Michigan. We're in the center of the state. You can see all the way to Lake Huron. You get up about 5,000 feet, and it's just a beautiful vista.
Hey, great way to travel. Nice airport to come into.
Right.
Of course, you're here at Houghton Lake. What more can you ask for?
Right on, right on.
Well, as you can see, this is an airport that specializes in small planes and is a great destination for a day or a weekend. Looking at the amazing colors around the airport, I knew we had to move on to discover more of the fall splendor located in the Houghton Lake area. It was time to change from air travel to four-wheel ATVs. Let's get muddy. Let's rev up our engines and venture out on the hundreds of miles of the best ORV trails in the state of Michigan. Here, 2-track, twisty single-track, and soggy mud bogs welcome dirt bikes, quads, and four-wheelers. So let's load up the GPS, keep our Michigan ORV trail maps handy, and scroll our route sheets, because the stumps, whoops, logs, brush, and sand hazards that dot the lightly groomed trails await our knobby tires, inviting us to enjoy the muddy side of Pure Michigan. Christina Rubino of the Riviera Resort, along with some family and friends, will be our companions on this adventure. Christina is a seasoned veteran when it comes to riding off-road vehicles and believes in starting her family young. She had her 2-year-old along in a car seat mounted in the ATV. Christina, you know, we get a lot of people, viewers of our show, that want to know about the ATV trails. I know up here at Houghton Lake, you've got them running everywhere. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, it's fabulous. They're nice wide trails. They're good for snowmobiling and for the ORVing. Okay. I love them because we take the kid with us, and it's really convenient whether we have the bigger rides or the smaller rides. And the trail here is really nice because it takes you down by the Muskegon River, and there's a nice outlook. So if you want to go fishing, you know, stop for lunch, take a dip in the river, it's really convenient that way. So it's really nice, and you can go pretty much anywhere. Take some place to go to lunch, and you should go eat inside. And St. Helen, Houghton Lake, all over the place.
So you can actually get into some of the towns in with
Oh
them?
Yeah, you can go right into town.
Okay.
Yep.
Then you can probably access, like you said, the restaurants, but also gas stations?
Yes,
then?
yes, you can hit all the gas. Our trail system here is the largest in Michigan, is in Roscommon County. We got the most trails available to ORV. And it's nice because whether you're more of a city goer and want to stop for lunch at an actual restaurant, that's a possibility. And there's gas stations all around the way. And they even have, like, certain spots they have porta potties too, so it's very convenient year round. And they keep them nice and clean and everything, so it's great for whether it's kids or women or men. It's convenient for all genders and all ages.
All right, Christina, why don't we go ahead and get things going here, get out on the trails. And I want to tell everybody we've got a dry year this year, and the dry season, and it's just we're going to be kicking up a little bit of dust, so you'll probably be getting a little dirty.
Oh, that's the fun part, because if you come off the trails and you don't look like this, then that means you haven't had fun.
Okay.
The more, you know, like up here, it's fun, because everyone, you go on the trails, you get dirty, and it's almost like a contest. You get to where you're going, whether you're having inside or outside, and you kind of compare who's got the most mud and the most dust. And the more, the better. So, you know, that's not a big deal for us up here.
All right, watch for the dirt, because we're going to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
For an owner of an ATV, this must be the perfect trail. Lots of moguls and sand in your face, which was evident when you got a closer look at everyone. The trail we took wound in and out of the county roads until it came upon the Muskegon River. This was a nice trip, maybe a little sedate for some serious ORV enthusiasts, but perfect for families and those who just want to get off the main drag and enjoy the beauty Mother Nature has to offer. Michigan offers many trail riding opportunities. Michigan's public off-road vehicle trail riding system provides 4 types of riding opportunities: motorcycle trails, all-terrain vehicle trails, ORV routes, which are open to ORVs of all sizes, including Secretary of State licensed vehicles, and scramble areas.
Well, Christina, you know, we've got a beautiful day out here, but it's hot, it's dry,
yes.
and it's dirty. And when you're out here like this, how do you compensate for that?
Well, let me show you. Come on, let's go!
It just wouldn't be fall without a trip to the pumpkin patch. So our next stop is at Bart's Fruit Market for their annual pumpkin patch party with pumpkins, a cornstalk maze, pony rides, and of course cider. I wonder if this is where the Great Pumpkin lives. Co-owner and manager Janice Kosick gave us the tour in search of the Great Pumpkin.
Well, Jan, it looks like you've got a lot going on here in the fall time of the year. This is really decorated nice. What all happens here?
Well, this coming weekend, it's always the third weekend of October, we have our annual Fall Fest.
Okay.
And we offer free pony rides, cider and donuts, face painting, games for the kids. Just a celebration for the season.
Okay. It's just loaded with pumpkins in here of all different sizes. Now, the kids must like to come in here and just walk around then and pick out their pumpkins? And
They do. They come in, they pick out their pumpkins, and they love to go through the maze.
Okay. You get a lot of kids coming in here then, I imagine, in the fall, huh?
Yes,
with their parents?
yes,
Okay.
they do.
Jan, this is also a fruit market, so, and of course, the fall time of the year is a great time of the year for fruits, too.
Yes, right now there's an abundant supply of apples from Michigan.
Okay, and you've got quite a stand over here, so all kinds of stuff in there.
Yes. Apples are the big item in season right now.
Okay.
Little kids were everywhere, on top of pumpkins, in the pumpkins, behind the pumpkins. And there were pumpkins of every size, little ones, big ones, and funny ones. This was a fall family trip at its best. I couldn't resist. I had to be a little kid too.
You come by, you can't miss it because of all the colors, all the pumpkins sitting out here. They can just stop in anytime. What kind of hours you got?
We're open from 9 to 7.
Okay, 7 days?
7 days a week.
Okay.
We have the pumpkins right through Halloween.
Okay.
The patch will stay up until Halloween.
Okay. So anybody traveling through here, you want to stop in, you want to pick out a pumpkin, you just want to stop by, maybe pick up some fruit, have a good time, bring the kids, everybody here can have fun.
Now it was on to Wellington Farm USA, a 60-acre open-air interpretive museum designed to give visitors an experience in the life of rural mid-America during the Great Depression. Through a series of displays, a wide variety of exhibits, and beautiful natural settings, the park provides a variety of educational, recreational, and cultural opportunities for visitors to northern Michigan. The village is a recreation of a village in northern Michigan during the 1920s and 30s. The first thing we did was jump on a wagon with the other tourists and were taken to a little town. Along the way and through the fields, we seen the replicas of yesterday. We were soon winding our way through the woods filled with autumn beauty. When we arrived, the first place we encountered was an old church that they still hold weddings and services. The park includes working steam engines for all sorts of work.
There's water running tubes. This is the firebox back here. There's a crown sheet in here, right about in here somewheres. And tubes run through here. You boil the water, heat goes through the tubes, steam's collected here. You got to have a steam dome so that the water can fall out of the steam, so you got dry steam to use.
Okay.
That's the reason of the dome. This is the governor to control the amount of steam going to that cylinder.
And that powers the whole thing, huh? That's pretty amazing.
Our timing couldn't have been better. As we walked towards the old homestead, you could smell the aroma of fresh baked bread coming from the old wood stove inside.
We'll try it. And you have to kind of keep it over on this side because over here is right next to the firebox.
Wow, even Mr. Pumpkinhead has to use the facilities. This is a working farm and everything is authentic, including the milling of wood. I had the opportunity to talk with owner Howard Taylor, who gave us more details about the operation.
When you're up here traveling in the fall, you go down the road, you're looking at the beautiful colors, you see an old barn sitting back in the woods, you've got it color all around it, and you think just how beautiful it is, but you also start thinking about the farm a little bit and what it must have been like 100 years ago or more running a farm. Well, we've come here to the Wellington Farm, and this is a museum farm. Have I got that right?
That's correct. We're a living history farm.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what is here and what people would see.
Well, we are a 60-acre living history museum dedicated to the preservation of life as it was lived during the Great Depression, more specifically the year 1932. And here on the farm, which is a working farm, we not only work all the tillable, which we have about 35 acres of tillable, but we also have a grist mill, a sawmill, a blacksmith shop, a carpenter shop, a big machine shed, a summer kitchen, and we have a church.
All of the buildings are fully functional and in complete operation through performances by volunteers specializing in historical and dramatic interpretation. If you love the woods and enjoy a pleasant hike, there's no better time to do it than in the fall on a beautiful day next to a lake. Bob and Mary Collinson, along with our good friend Debbie, would accompany us on our trip to Marl Lake hiking trail located at the South Higgins Lake State Park. This trail has 3 different loops that each follow along Marl Lake. They range in length from 2 miles to 5.5 miles. They have all hiked this trail many times and were great companions for another great fall family getaway.
Nice little boardwalk through here too, over swampy areas, I take it.
Stop and look out away from the lake. There's some pretty scenery off to the...
Oh, there really is. Now, evidently a swamp out in there because we've got some cattails that are sticking up and nice color on the other side of it there.
If you cut those cattails down, you can take them home, spray the ends with a lacquer, and your wife can stick them in a vase and use them as a
oh, no kidding, like a dried flower type thing, huh? Very cool. I imagine areas like this too, that if you're going to see some of the wildlife out here, maybe a deer moving around, this might be one of the spots you might see them.
I would agree with you. I think you're right.
The Marl Lake section has ample parking, vault toilets, picnic tables, and outdoor grills. If you have a small boat, there's a nice boat ramp.
Well, this is a nice little spot to come down here. One of the nice things is you can look at the edge now. We can really pick out some color out there.
You can see the entire lake. If you look off to our left here, you can see like a little white sign.
I do.
That's where we started from.
Oh, that's our parking area over there then.
That's where we parked. If you come over this way, a couple of tall pine trees off to the right here. That's the entrance into the Cut River. There's like a little cove in there. You paddle out from the left side of the lake, paddle about through the quarter of the lake, and then head on out to a little cove, and away you go into Houghton Lake.
Oh, so there's a nice little paddle through there then too.
South Higgins Lake State Park is a 1,000-acre park split in half by County Road 100. To the north is Higgins Lake, and to the south is Marl Lake and 700 acres forested in maple, oak, and pine. The park contains almost 1 mile of shoreline along Higgins Lake, which is a large, spring-fed body of water known for its clarity and fishing potential. Marl Lake is considerably smaller, shallower, and less developed.
Well, I'm out now. I found another bench to sit on. That's the nice thing about this trail, that you can come out here, you can take a leisurely walk, or you can make it a workout if you want to, move fast. But there's always spots along the way that you can stop and rest. And everybody else is gone, as you can see. They turned around and went back. Denny and I decided to stay with it. We're used to sacrificing, doing this hard work so we can bring all this beauty to our viewers. So we stayed out here for a while, and we're going to do a little bit more of this trail and just enjoy the area that we're in.
This is a great family trail and one for a day trip. The trails are easy to follow with maps and markers all along the way. Bring your lunch and spend the day. This sunny fall day in the woods couldn't have been any better. Don't forget your camera, because this is another area that will produce those great vacation memories. When you're in Houghton Lake, you have to experience the fishing. After all, it's the largest inland lake in Michigan. That's saying something when you consider there are over 20,000 lakes in this great state. We arrived on the water to a beautiful fall evening, warm with a slight breeze. I don't know if a serious fisherman would consider this a great fishing day, but it sure was what I was looking forward to. Our guides were John Wade and John's son Jack. We moved around the lake looking for that hot spot that everyone talks about. We stopped in the right place because soon the first fish was brought in. Not a walleye, but hey, it's a fish.
Art, right? Now here's something you're not going to see too often, and that's me catching the first fish, or any fish for that matter. Getting the first one's like really bonus here. This is a good start. But I want Papa.
Got one, dude. Nice one, Jack. Nice walleye, dude. That's sweet. Cool. Is that the first walleye? Awesome, buddy. Cool, dude. It's a beauty. Hopefully we can catch a few more of those.
Hey Jack, you got a good start going here. You got the first walleye in the boat already. How was it?
Fun.
Did you get a little bit of a fight for you?
Not really.
No? Not too bad. Well, the walleye, it's a nice one though. That's a nice fish right there.
Good eater there.
That's a nice fish. Now, he's got the slip bobber and you're using a leech with that.
Leeches, yep.
Okay.
Them with leeches.
Now, most of the time you're out here, are you using live bait?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. Quite a bit. We like to use live bait, and usually once in a while we'll troll or Impalas, but not much because there's a lot of weeds in this lake.
Okay, now you were looking for primarily walleye though when you're fishing like
Yep,
this, right?
definitely.
Okay.
Yep. But we occasionally catch bluegill on the leeches. You catch a variety of fish.
Okay.
Even Denny would get into the act as he gave me the camera and started casting. Leave it to him to catch a fish with one of his homemade lures. Well, we caught panfish, walleye, bass, and lost a northern pike. Not a bad evening. Well, it was getting late and the clouds and the cold were moving in, so we put on our jackets and moved on because we still had one more stop to make before we ended our day. Our trip was coming to an end, and Debbie thought it would be great to close with a hayride through the woods supplied by the folks of the West Houghton Lake Campgrounds. This was great for everyone, including the youngsters that were riding along with us. They didn't care about the weather, they were too excited about the adventure. They were lots of fun. This is a great place to bring your kids, or in my case, the grandkids. I know there's a lot of folks out there in my age group, and I highly recommend this as a weekend getaway. The day had turned overcast and drizzly, so we called an end to our ride and settled around the campfire to end our day.
Now I see you still got a lot of trailers that are in here now. Open all year?
Yep. The bathrooms are open year-round.
Okay.
So we winterize the water lines.
Okay. And do you actually get people camping in the winter though?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Now is it something you do too then? Or you just kind of...
I snowmobile, but I don't do the ice fishing thing.
Okay.
That's just too crazy for me.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little cold. You kind of have to have a certain attitude to do that kind of a thing. So.
The Houghton Lake area in the fall offers so much to see and do, and for most of us, it's just a short drive away. That would be a one-tank trip. For more information on today's show, including links to information from all of our stops, you'll find it at www.greatgetaways.tv.
Over here, we went for a nice little hayride here in the campground, and we're going to sit down now and just enjoy a nice fire. Evening's kind of cool out here, but with this fire going, I know we're going to enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you need any more information, you can go to our website at greatgetaways.tv. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for another Great Getaway.